Chapter 2052, The Real and the Illusory World. Every once in a while, you have to create a demon king. I think the purpose of your creation of this world is just to enjoy being a god and watching the little people you created play in the palm of your hand. Mammon suddenly raised a finger. Oh, you've hit the nail on the head. That's my proudest creation. You consider war your creation too? Zhang Yi was speechless and looked at Mammon with a cold smile, his eyes filled with ridicule. No, you're wrong. Mammon said with a smile, it's missions, passion, and hope. In an instant, the entire world around them changed again. They were no longer in Mag City, and both the human coalition and the Demon King's castle disappeared from view. Mammon took Zhang Yi and quickly traveled through the entire world, showing him the various aspects of life in this world. The existence of humans is meaningless. They only exist as tools for Kagago to observe. This is the root of the greatest suffering of the human race. Therefore, humans must have a reason to exist. For example, careers, love, family, friendship, responsibility. In the end, humans must have a mission to fulfill. Only then will they not feel that life is meaningless. I divided them into 2 tribes and had them fight endlessly over the ages, keeping them constantly in a state of crisis. Every demon knows from birth that they must defeat humans and seize their fertile lands. Every human knows from birth that demons are their enemies. They must work harder to forge weapons, raise children, and hone their combat skills to protect their homes. In such an environment with shared aspirations, people become more united. Thus, friendship and love emerge. Though war brings death, it also inspires a passionate desire to defend one's homeland, and those who become heroes are revered by all. He tapped his index fingers and smiled, saying, as long as I, as a god, control the balance and don't allow a race to be completely destroyed, then this world can continue to give each race a mission in life, that is, a task. Zhang Yi suddenly understood. I get it. So whenever the humans are weak, brave warriors will appear. And whenever the demons are weak, a demon king will be born. This is all your plan. What a genius plan. This thought arose in Zhang Yi's heart, and he admired Kagago's way of thinking more and more. How could such beings be called beasts by the Yihen tribe? It was difficult to say. Why did the Yihen tribe choose to return to the ether? It was because they had lived long enough, had no crises in their lives, and only knew how to enjoy themselves. Mammon's world perfectly solved this problem. Yan Xinxin had also mentioned this point. She was more capable of seeing through appearances to the true nature of things. However, this was a little cruel to the individual humans in this world. After all, many individuals would lose their lives as a result. But in Mammon's eyes, he never cared about the feelings of individual lives. What he cared about was the entire human race. I even admire you a little. Zhang Yi exclaimed. But, he looked at Mammon, in order to obtain more ether fragments, you still need to constantly devour humans from other races. Right? Therefore, you will still choose to destroy the world. Destruction is for the sake of rebirth. Mammon smiled slightly and said, so, Zhang Yi. I now warmly invite you to come to my world. Are you willing? In this world, you can get everything you want. You can become a god. You can have wealth, women, glory, friendship, everything. And this place is eternal. As long as I am not destroyed, this world will continue to exist. There will be no more apocalyptic crises. Zhang Yi fell silent. His instinct was to refuse. This was because people are always accustomed to living in familiar environments. But when he thought about it carefully, weren't the physical world and Mammon's otherworldly realm both created by a higher dimension? Then, in essence, the 2 worlds were no different. Moreover, it was indeed more comfortable here than outside. As long as he chose to stay, he could live a comfortable life and never have to worry about the crisis of the end of the world again. Hey! Zhang Yi sighed. Your offer is indeed tempting. But I refuse. His voice was firm, without much hesitation. Mammon smiled. You're worried that I'll be destroyed and this world will disappear with me, right? That's right. Zhang Yi said, I can't entrust the lives of myself and my companions to someone else. Moreover, the most important point is. He stared intently at Mammon. I would never gamble on the kindness of others. Mammon slowly opened his eyes, and the smile on his face slowly disappeared. Zhang Yi said with a cold smile, Are you a kind person? I think if you could, you would directly devour my spirit to strengthen your own world. It is because of the existence of this world that you are difficult to destroy. The strange world is your true form, and the outside is just a shell. Because you are sealed, you can calmly negotiate with me. But you forget that I am not stupid. For many years, countless races have regarded you drunkers as terrible demon kings who destroyed civilization. I only believe what I see with my own eyes. That's why I don't believe you. Mammon spoke very eloquently, and Fatty Sue and the others in shadow space were almost convinced. But who was Zhang Yi? He was an extremely cautious and prudent person. Would he believe that a powerful demon god who rebelled against the Creator was a savior who pitted all living beings and wanted to save the sea spirits? Perhaps, but what difference would it make to enter his god realm and return to the ether? Both would mean losing his self. Moreover, what he wanted was stability for the world, and once Zhang Yi agreed to stay in this world, he would be eliminated as an unstable factor. Zhang Yi could not entrust his life to someone else. Kagago had no sense of good or evil, and as a supreme being of intelligence, it was a symbol of rules. That was why Zhao Mu could still find loopholes to survive in the physical world. For example, like the humans of the previous generation, he could hide underground and live a miserable life. But Mammon had a will of his own, with likes and dislikes. That was why he was the most unpredictable and dangerous. Chapter 2053, Breaking the Boundaries. For a moment, a fierce look flashed across Mammon's face, which did not escape Zhang Yi's eyes. He laughed coldly in his heart. You want to trap me? Don't even dream about it. Mammon may be powerful, but he is still Kagago's creation. He can never become a true god. Now, it's time for me to take that human body back, isn't it? Zhang Yi said to Mammon, I know it's been you who's been stopping me. But what's the point of doing this? The human body will always exist inside you and will exert a powerful suppression on you. Let me take her away, and the time for you to break the seal will come sooner. The smile on Mammon's face suddenly became warm. He spread his hands, You're not bad at all. You are indeed worthy of being chosen by those self-righteous bastards of the Yihen tribe. You are quite interesting. Fine, I can't leave this place anyway. You can take it. But remember, we will meet again soon. In the not-too-distant future. He gestured to Zhang Yi to leave. The world before Zhang Yi's eyes returned to its previous state, and he was still near Mag City. Looking down at the people of Helen kneeling and cheering below, Zhang Yi exclaimed in his heart. These people were like leeks planted by Mammon. When the day came for him to borrow the power of this world, these leeks would be harvested. Zhang Yi suddenly shouted toward the sky, Where are the people I brought with me? Where was the real Li Changgong? No sooner had he finished speaking than a crack suddenly appeared in the sky, and Li Changgong was thrown out like trash. Zhang Yi reached out and used the power of space to stop him in midair. Li Changgong's face was blank. When he saw Zhang Yi, he asked, Zhang Yi, where's this place? Why are we here? Is the war over? Zhang Yi didn't say anything, and just threw him into the shadow space. Let's go. Without the protection of the spear of Longinus, Li Changgong was naturally Mammon's plaything once he entered this world. Zhang Yi opened the dimensional gate and rushed back to the royal city. Princess Mel and King Locke were still in the office discussing how long this battle would take. Suddenly, a guard reported from outside, Your Majesty, Princess. The brave hero has returned. The two looked surprised. What? He's back? It had been less than a day since they sent Zhang Yi away, so they thought he had returned because he had something to do. Where's the brave man? He's in the square. King Locke and Princess Mel immediately went to the window and saw Zhang Yi standing in front of the huge white statue. Ling's Knight of the Sword form was dozens of meters tall. This body was made from the Yihen tribe's most advanced technology, which could be enlarged or shrunk at will. It was maintained in this form because it would be transformed into a sword to pierce Mammon's heart. Zhang Yi came to Ling's human body and silently said, "Ling, I've found your body in the human world. If you agree, I'll take her away." With that, Zhang Yi spread his arms, and chains suddenly extended from his hands. He took the spear of Longinus from the dimensional space with his right hand, and the chains in his left hand extended and bound Ling's human body. Then, he suddenly exerted his strength. Boom! This time, he was finally able to move Ling's human body. He didn't pull very quickly, as the body seemed as heavy as a mountain, containing tremendous power. However, every time Zhang Yi felt that resistance, a white light would shine from his palms. That was the power Ling had given him. If it weren't for him, no one else would have been able to move this earthly body even an inch. Not even Mammon could do it. In the shadows, Mammon silently observed everything. He also hoped that Zhang Yi would be able to take this human body away. Boom! Ling's huge human body was dragged out by Zhang Yi. Following Ling's previous instructions, he shrunk the human body to the size of a normal person. Then, without a moment's hesitation, he thrust the spear of Longinus into the huge hole. After this action was completed, Chang Wan seemed to sense something in the outside world. The spear of Longinus, a bronze pillar, was originally a sealed object left behind by the ancestors of the Dragon Clan. Now that it was stuck in the node of Mammon's world, Chang Wan immediately flew over and used hand gestures to control the entire 8 trigrams formation. All those fighting together, advance. As his hand gestures changed, the formation quickly changed as well. Zhang Yi's actions filled in the crucial link. Once the source was sealed, shackles could be applied from the outside. The 8 trigrams formation in the sky slowly rotated and suppressed Mammon's body. The lords of the netherworld let out shrill cries from their mouths. However, their aura was becoming weaker. Once Mammon was sealed again, their connection with him would be severed, and their power would become weak. The mutants in the fierce battle suddenly felt that the pressure they were facing had lightened considerably. "It's chaos, he did it!" Saladin shouted excitedly. He was suspended in midair, at the critical point between illusion and reality, ready to turn into a shadow at any moment. A large number of ghost assassins and netherwalkers were fighting fiercely around him, while he himself was entangled with the mountain of corruption. The two-faced angel continuously attacked Chang Wan. The Dark Angel's antimatter power had extreme destructive power. She launched attack after attack, harassing Chang Wan and preventing him from performing the sealing ritual. The White Angel put her hands together and prayed silently, sending blessings to all the lords of the netherworld. "Let's give our Dragon Clan friends a helping hand." Olive closed his eyes and suddenly raised his left hand high. The Dead Sea Scrolls in his palm suddenly burst into a brilliant holy light. He recited the contents of the Holy Scriptures devoutly, his voice growing higher and higher. "Almighty and eternal God, the heavens declare your glory, and the firmament proclaims your power. Arise, O Lord, do not let the wicked triumph. We are but dust, weak in flesh, while our enemies roam the earth like roaring lions. Strike down our enemies with your righteous right hand, break the arrows of the wicked, and extinguish the serpent's offspring with the breath of your mouth." The high-pitched chanting echoed throughout the abyss, and a very special change took place in Olive's body. From the palms of his hands, the Dead Sea Scrolls burst forth with dazzling holy light, giving everyone an extremely strange feeling. It was even a little eerie.